లేదు. Good afternoon, students. Welcome to my lecture. Today I am going to discuss about class diagrams of different applications. In previous class, I have discussed about information system, right? First, before drawing the class diagram, first you need to know about what is the system. Okay, what is the software? What's the software here? Information system of the college. Already you know that. Okay, what are the operations you will do, or what is the requirements, or what is the functionality of that software? You need to understand. First you need to understand those functionalities. Who are the users? You need to understand, then only you can identify all these classes. Okay, college information system of the college. First what you will do, you will log in, right? Student will log in and faculty also will log in. Later what you can do, you can view the attendance, you can view the class test marks, you can upload the certificates, all those things. You can see the marks. Okay, you can see attendance, all those things, and faculty can post the marks, faculty can post the attendance, all those things. First you need to know what is the functionality of the system. See here, in yesterday's class we have discussed all these things, how to identify the classes one by one. Okay, by using these techniques. First you need to identify the simple attributes and simple methods, and then you need to identify the responsibilities. Later, modeling of logical database schema. Here you need to add some tagged values. See here, which addresses the database details. See here, 1 second. See, all these are tagged values. See this one, tagged value, open curly brace, tagged value, and closed curly brace. Here, see, I have represented like persistent. Persistent, this is related to the database. Say, all the data in the database is persistent, right? Which will exist for a long time. You need to add all the tagged values, and you need to represent using multiplicity. Okay, see, all these are multiplicities. Star, 1 dot dot n means star means many. 1 dot dot n means one or n, like that. Participation, it represents just participation of that instance. I hope you have understood in previous class. These we have discussed in the previous class. Now I will explain the methods, how to identify the methods. See, no need to by heart all these things. There are many methods, right? Please don't by heart all these things. It's very easy to identify the methods. What are the operations this administrator will do? See here, see, no need to by heart all these things. Just understand what, see, operations that administrator will do. What he will do, he can add the course, right? Add the course. See, no need to by heart all these things. You can write on your own. Method name you can write on your own. No need to by heart all these things. See, add course. Just know what administrator can do. Okay, that operation, write down the operation. Next, delete course. Delete course. These are the operations. Next, what he can do? He can delete the attendance also. Delete attendance. Next he can activate the video lectures, right? Video lectures. Sorry, video. 1 second. He can activate the video lectures. Just 1 second. Wait for a second. So identify all these operations and write down the, write down all these operations. 1 second, please wait. Add course, delete course, and next delete attendance. He can delete, right? Delete attendance, video lectures, activate the video lectures. Okay, identify all these operations. Next, schedule the meetings. Schedule online meetings or meetings, something else, meetings, all these are operations. Just identify what the administrator will do and write down the operations on your own, just like this. No need to by heart like this, insert course, insert EAH, all these things. No need to by heart all these things. Just write down the operations which he will do in simple names. Use like this: add course, delete attendance, activate video lecture, schedule online meeting, schedule parents meeting, like that. I hope you understood. Now, next, how to identify the attributes. These are the attributes, right? How to identify the attributes. Yesterday, I have discussed about the relationships and classes and responsibilities. About this database schema only I have discussed. Now, I am concentrating on operations. How to identify the operations. How to identify the attributes. See here, attributes nothing but that describes the entity, that describes the administrator. Just like administrator will have name, right? Name, username, password, address, email, phone number. All this will describe the administrator, right? All these you can consider as attributes. Simple way. Use some nouns, simple way, okay? Don't by heart all these things, just like flag, state, no need. Just write on your own way. Attributes will describe the administrator, attributes will describe the entity. Here administrator, here name, username, address, all this will describe the administrator, okay? Identify in this way. Student, is it audible? Students, am I audible? One second, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, just identify the operations, what they will do. Next, coming to student. What are the attributes of the student? That attributes must describe the student, okay? In that way, you need to identify. Just student will have the name, right? Name, username, phone number, email, address. All these are attributes that describes the student. Don't by heart all these things like password, flag, address, all these things. Just write down what you know about, just what you know. You know that student will have a name. You know that student will have the username, or ID, something else. You know that student will have phone number, email ID, address. All these things will describe the student, right? So identify those things. Write down. Next, let us see what are the operations that student can do in college administrative system. What you will do? See here, operations. See, don't by heart all these things. Write on your own. Think what are the operations that student can do in college administrative system. You can view the marks, right? View marks. Just write down like this, view marks. These are the methods you are identifying. Next, view attendance. View attendance. Next, what you can do? Wait. Upload certificates. Upload some certificates or something, information relating to you. Okay. Next operation, what you can do? Submit quiz or assignments, whatever it may be. Submit assignments. See, all the operations which you can do in college administrative system, you can view the marks. Just write down like this. Don't by heart all these things. Check grade, check attendance. Just write on your own words. Just like view marks, view attendance, upload certificates or any information regarding relating to you. Submit assignments, submit quizzes. Next, all those things. Just identify those things. So, operations of student completed. Now, coming to lecturer. What are the attributes that faculty can have? Faculty will have a name, right? Next, department. To which department the faculty belongs? Next, next like phone number, email ID, next address, all these things, username, some ID, faculty ID, faculty ID, there will be ID, right? These are the attributes that describes the lecturer or faculty. Just identify in simple way. Next, let us see the operations. What faculty can do in college administrative system? We can post attendance. See, don't by heart all these things, just write on your own simple names. Post attendance, delete attendance. Next, delete attendance. Next, post day to day evaluation marks, just like class test marks, all those things. Next, upload like notes, PPTs, all those things. Next, evaluate assignments, all those things. Okay, what faculty can do? He can post the attendance, delete the attendance, and post the day-to-day evaluation marks like class test marks, internal marks, all those things, and upload the lecture notes, PPTs, all those things, and evaluate the assignments, all these things faculty will do. Just identify what are the operations in simple way, in this way. On your own you can write. No need to by heart all these things. Okay. Now next, wait a minute. Next, parent. What are the attributes that parent will have? Name. Next, username, something username, password, phone number, address, email, all these things. All these things are attributes which describes the parent. Identify which describes the parent. Name. So parent will have name, phone number, address, email. All these things are attributes. Now identify what are the operations. What parents will do? Parents can view your attendance, right? If they want your information, they can view your attendance. They can view your attendance. They can view your marks. Just write in simple words. They can view your marks. Next, pay fees. Pay fees. Next, view meetings, scheduled meetings. When the meetings are, when they are scheduled, just like parent meetings. Okay, in this way, just identify what they will do and write down all these methods. Just method names must be very simple. Okay, just like view attendance, view marks, pay fees, view meetings, all these things parents can do. I hope you understood the college information system. Okay. Now let us see the class diagram for another application. Class diagram for ordering system, placing an order. First, you need to know what is an ordering system, what you can do, who will interact with this system. You need to know all those things. There will be a customer will see the item, and then he will place the item, and then he will confirm the item. He will get the order details. Okay, all these things, right? What is happening in the system? Who are participating in the system? You need to know that. After that only you can identify the classes. Okay. See here, class diagram for ordering system. See, in your examination, they are not asking which is present in your textbooks. Diagrams which are present in your textbooks, they are asking different application diagrams. Draw a class diagram for ordering system, for library management system, for online shopping, railway reservation system, like that they are asking. So you need to know how to draw the diagrams, how to identify the classes. Okay, please practice it. All the applications, see in internet, you can find it. Now see here, who is interacting with this system? Customer, right? So take a class of customer. Take class customer. What are the attributes that customer will have? Some name, phone number, address. See, no need to by heart all these things. Just write on your own. Name, customer will have a name, phone number, address, location, all these things. Email ID. All these things are attributes which will describe the customer, right? So identify those attributes. Okay, see here there are only two attributes. Write detailedly. Okay, detailed specification. Use detailed specification of the class, entire attributes and entire operations. Name, phone number, address, location, email ID, all these are attributes of the customer. Identify those attributes in detail. Here I have shown only with the two attributes, right? But you have to identify many attributes in detail, okay? Next, see the operations. First, you need to know what customer will do. What customer will do, he will place the order, right? Place order. Next, after placing order, he will get some order details, right? Order view. 1 second. Identify those operations. Next, view order details. Order details. Like this, just write down in a simple way. Here it is like send order, receive order. You can write on your own, okay? Like place order, view order details. Next. Now let us see order class. Order class. It will have date. At which time you have ordered? Date. Next, order number. Some number. There will be some reference number, right? Next, see. Next, identify operations of order. See, once you have placed an order, you will get something like confirmation, right? From the system. Okay, from the system, you will get like confirmation. Identify. This is an operation. Confirm. Next, close. You can close. These are the operations of order class. From this system, you will get confirmation or not. You have to confirm it, right? Next, close. After confirming, you can close it. Next, identify these operations. These are very easy. Just you have to, you should have some knowledge on this software, okay? Ordering system software. Then only you can you can identify the classes and you can identify the operations. Otherwise, you cannot draw the class diagram. You cannot identify the classes and relationship between them. Now see the multiplicity. See here multiplicity. 1 means one customer can, see, coming to order, see here. Beside order, you have placed like this. Here there is like, that means one customer can place one order or many orders. Here one ... star. That means one order or many orders. Okay. Now see here, again there are two classes. What are those classes? Special order and normal order. See here, what is the relationship? Special order is an order, right? Normal order is an order, right? See, if there is a relationship, that means it is a generalization. Okay. Now you need nothing but inheritance. You need to use this symbol. See here, symbol for generalization, line and then triangle. Use this symbol. That means this is, see here, triangle is pointing to order, right? This triangle is pointing to order. That means order is a parent class or super class. Next, this one is subclass. I hope you understood. Now let us see operations. See, here inheritance means special order is acquiring all the properties of order class, right? That means special order will have the properties of order like date, number. See here, date, number. And it also contains the operations like confirm, close, because it is inheriting, right? Special order is inheriting all the properties of order. So it will contain all the properties order like confirm, close, dispatch. Coming to normal order, again it will have all the attributes of order. See, what are the attributes of order? Date. When did you order the day? When did you order that date? Next, number, order number. Next, confirm, close, dispatch, receive, all these things. I hope you understood. This is very easy. Once you have understood the system, what it will do, who are involving in the system, what is the role, you can, if you identify that, then you can easily identify the classes and operations. It is very easy. First, you need to know about the system. I hope you understood. Identify the classes. See, identify the classes, identify the relationship. This is association. Association. See, in previous class, I have said that there will be name for association. See, while you are drawing the class diagram, draw detailedly. If there is association, write the name. See, customer, what is the name here? Name of the association, place. Customer places the order. This is the name. Write down in detail. Okay. Write down the multiplicities also if there are multiplicities. And tag values. Persistent means it is related to database where data is stored, okay, in the database, which is persistent. Persistent meaning means the data will exist for a long time. In database, data will be exist for a long time, right? So persistent. Draw in detail with a detailed specification, with a detailed attributes, with a detailed what is this? With detailed methods, and also use access specifiers like minus, plus, ash symbol. Minus means private, plus means public, ash means protected. Use all these symbols also. Detailed specification. Here I didn't represent it, but you have to use with a detailed specification. It's your homework. Just do homework, okay? Identify the responsibilities also. I hope you understood these two. Okay. For college information system and then ordering system. These are the class diagrams for ordering system. This is the class diagram for ordering system. In this way, you need to draw. Don't make very clumsy, okay? Draw in a simple way, but with the detailed specifications. Remember that. Any doubts, students, in these two class diagrams? Are you listening? Any doubts in these two class diagrams? Any doubts? Shall I repeat or not? Just respond, please respond, students. Kavya, only always Kavya have to respond. No one is responding. Kavya, Navya, Swati. Only 3 or 4 members are responding.
No doubt, ma'am.
No doubts. Who is that? Afros. Okay. Okay. Next application. Let us see class diagram for next application. Next, 1 second. Please wait 1 second. 1 second. What was this? Okay, see here. Please wait for 1 second. Just draw a class diagram for library management system. First, you need to know about library management system, right? What library management system will do? What is that software? You need to know that. Let us see it. Let us see it 1 second. See here. Just 1 second, please wait. See, it is a software where user, librarian, and faculty. User means student, faculty, and librarian can log into the system, and all the books available in the system will be displayed. Okay, if you want to request a book, or if you want to take a book, you can request the book by providing all the details of the book. It is, if it is available in the library system, you will get that book, and librarian will issue the book. Okay, all these things, online library management system. Okay, I hope you understood. You can also issue, and you can also read any magazines, any research books, all those things. It is a software system. Let us see what are the responsibilities, or what librarian will do. First, you need to understand what user will do, or what student, after login, what student can do. He can request for a book. He can read the magazines. He can read the journals, all those things, right? He can buy a book. First, you need to know faculty. Faculty also, he or she can issue, sorry, it's not issuing, request a book, return a book. Okay, if time is exceeding, if there is a due date, then they have to pay some amount, right? All those things, all these things will be happening online only. This is an online library management system. Who are participating? Okay, first you need to know who are participating: student, faculty, librarian. And what they are doing: returning book, issuing a book, all those things, requesting a book. Okay, now let us see what librarian. See here, login, add new member. Okay, he need to add the member. He can delete the member. He can add a book to the library. He can delete a book. All these are operations. First, you need to know what librarian will do. When you are requested, after you have requested, librarian should search for a book, whether it is available or not. Online, all these things are online. Check the book, check out the book. If there is a due date, issue pay fees, like this. View book details, all these things. You need to identify what librarian can do, what student will do, what faculty will do. Okay, now let us see the classes. I hope you understood. Okay, once again, see here. See, new book entry. See, every book will have some title, right? You need to enter those titles. These are all attributes. Okay, the operations you are doing are the actions that you are performing are related to operations. If you are entering the title of the book, if you want a book, you need to enter the title of a book. Okay, that means this title will become attribute which describes the book. Author, see here, you need to enter the title of the book, which book you want, and author of the book, and publisher name, publishing year, all these things. ISBN number, there will be ISBN number, International Standard Book Number, for every book. If you want to purchase, you can purchase. Okay, system will be like this. First, you need to know about the system, how it looks like, who will operate, what are the operations, and these becomes attributes: title, author, purchase, publisher name, publishing year, all these things. Like this. Member registration, you can register, right? Information like this. System will be in this way. If you want to search, you can search. See, in this way. System will be in this way. See here, if you want a journal, first you need to enter the journal name, publisher name, year, all these things. In this way it will be. All this becomes attributes, okay? Like journal name, publisher name, year. If you want to modify the information, you can modify in this way. It will be, the system will be in this way. First, you need to know about the system. Online library management system. Now let us see classes. See here, classes for library management system. I will explain, wait. See, first let us see who are the users. Student will log in, right? Faculty can log in, right? Librarian can log in, right? First, identify member record, nothing but student and faculty. Student and faculty. See here. See here. You'll understand. Members of the library. Student, faculty. First, you need to identify. 1 second, please wait. Okay. Student and faculty. Next, librarian. There will be librarian, right? There will be librarian and members of the library, students, faculty. Next, book. Book is a class. Next, only one transaction, nothing. Next, a transaction. Why transaction? See, if there is a due date, you need to pay the amount, right? Online. So, transaction. Next, billing. Bill. These are the classes we need to identify. I hope you understood. Once again, see the classes of library management system. Book, member record, members of the library, librarian, transaction. Why you need transaction means you need to pay the amount if there is a due date. Next, bill. Now let us see the attributes. First, you need to identify the attributes, right? You know that every book will have a book ID, which describes the, see, our attributes are nothing but which describes the entity. What is the entity here? Book. So, every book will have book ID, right? So, there will be author also, right? Name of the book, price, edition, date of the purchase, all these things you need to identify. See, don't by heart all these things. Just write on your own. Just think what book will have attributes. Book will have an ID. Book will have an author. Book will have price, edition, which edition, all these things. Okay, just identify all these attributes. Next, what are the operations? Let us see what are the operations. See, all the books details must be displayed, right? After login, you have to request, right? Or you have to return. If you want to see which books are available, first it must display what are the books available in the system. So display book details, update status after returning or after issuing. Status must be updated in the database. Okay, these are the operations. Please identify. Just think what are the operations you will do. Then you will get all these methods related to book. These class methods related to book. All books must be displayed, right? So write down display book details. After you have returned or after book is issued to you, the book details must be updated, right? So update status. Just like number of books present, like that. I hope you understood. Next, librarian. What are the attributes that librarian will have? Some ID. He will have some ID. Name, phone number, email ID, which describes librarian. Some ID, name, phone number, email ID, address, all these things, password, username, all these things identify in detail. All these are the attributes that describes the librarian. Next, what librarian can do? Just now I have explained what librarian can do. He can add a book. He can add. See, no need to write. You no need to by heart all these things. Just think what librarian can do. He can add a book. Just write down. 1 second. Just write down like this. See, in a simple way. In a simple way, add book. Delete. You can delete, right? Delete book. Next, For issuing, he should search for a book, right? Whether book is present in the system or present in the library or not. Search for a book. Next, create bill. If there is a due date, you should pay the amount. Next, issue book. Librarian must issue book, right? Who will issue? You can't issue, right? You will request. And librarian must issue the book. Issue book, just simple way. Next, return book. Return book, all these things are operations. Again, there will be many operations. Identify all those things. Just what you know, write down what you know. Don't by heart all these things. You can't remember. If you by heart, you can't remember. Just think what librarian can do and write down all the operations in a simple name. Just like adding book, deleting book, searching for a book, create bill, okay, issue book, return book, all those things. I hope you understood. Next, member record. Members of the library. Member, there will be member ID, member type, whether faculty or a student, date of membership. Next, number of books issued, maximum book limit, name, address, phone number, all these things are member record. So you can write separately student and faculty also, class, your wish. You can draw any way. Next, what are the operations? What member can do? What member can do? See, issue request for a book. See, no need to by heart. In this way only. No need to think that you have to write in this way only operations. Your wish. See, first thing, what student can do or what faculty will do? Request book. Simple way. You know that, right? Return book. Return book. Next, pay bill. If there is a due date, they need to pay the amount. Pay bill. That's all. Again, there will be many methods. Just you can write simple methods. In detail, you have to write. Like increase book issue, decrease book issue, okay? Request book, return book, pay bill. I hope you understood. Next, transaction. Okay, there will be transactions. You need to pay, right? How you will pay? Online only. You need to do a transaction. Transaction ID, member ID. For which book you are paying? Book ID, date of the issue, due date. All these are attributes of the transaction. If you want to do a transaction, if you want to pay an amount, there will be member ID for you, right? Student ID, faculty ID, and book ID. You must provide book ID and date of the issue and due date. All these things you need to provide. So these belongs to the transaction. Attributes of the transactions. Next, what are the members? Create. Members means, methods. Create transaction, delete transaction, retrieve transaction. All these are methods of transaction. All these are classes. First identify classes like this and then identify the relationships. Next, see here, bill. Bill number, date, member ID, amount. Okay. Next, create a bill, update bill. These are the attributes and methods. Now let us see what is the relationship between all those things. You have identified the classes. And now you need to draw the class diagram in detail. Okay, I didn't say this. Okay. Next, see here, there are some classes. You can read the journals, right? Like so, journals, magazines, study books, materials. Next, student. Who are the members of the library? Student, faculty. Again, you need to identify here. See here, I didn't represent any attributes and methods. Just identify the attributes and methods. See, for a journal, there will be journal number, right? Okay, journal number and many attributes are there. Just now we have seen. If there are methods, here no need methods, any methods. Just there will be attributes. For student, there will be attributes and methods. Just identify all those things. Here I didn't represent it. It's your homework. Please do a homework. Please identify attributes and methods. These are, again, there are classes. I'm sorry, I didn't say. Apart from this, there are many classes: journals, magazines, study books, student, faculty. Student and faculty are members of the library. Now let us see the class diagram. See here. How? One second. See here. Book and librarian. There is association. Relation is association. Now, what is the association name? Librarian will issue the book. See here, please draw the direction also. Who will issue? Like this. Draw the direction. One second. You need to know, right? Who will issue? See, draw the direction like this. Who will issue? Librarian will issue. So librarian issues the book, and the relationship between book and librarian is association. Provide multiplicity also. One librarian can issue one or many books. You can add some constraint. He can issue only 2 books, like that. Your wish. Just in detail. It's your homework. Please do in detail. Okay. Here I didn't represent multiplicity. It's your homework. Next, relation between librarian and transaction. Association. That means both will communicate. Who creates the transaction? Librarian. So use this direction. Below the message, okay, below the message, below the name. This is name of association. Creates. Who creates? Librarian. So draw give some direction like this, so that you can understand who is requesting or who is participating. Now, come to journal. See here, journal, magazines, study books. What is the relationship between those? Journal is a book, right? Is a. See the relationship. Journal is a book. Magazines is a relationship. Magazines is a book. Study book is a book. So if there is a relationship, what is that? Inheritance. So to represent inheritance, what you have to use? Which symbol? Generalization symbol. Draw a line and then triangle. These are all kinds of books only, right? Is a relationship. Journal is a. Magazine is a. Study book is a. Okay, see here. This is important. Triangle is pointing to book. That means triangle is pointing to book means book is a superclass. Superclass. And journal is a subclass. Magazine is a subclass. Study book is a subclass. Okay. Now here these subclasses will acquire all the properties of superclass, right? What are the properties of superclass or parent class? Book ID, author, name, price, all these things. Journal will have some journal ID, author, all those things, right? Magazine, study books. All this property. Display the book details. Here you can write the method like this. Display journal details. Display magazine details. Display study books. You can write and update the status. Next, update the status for magazines. Update the status for journals. You can write like this. Please identify the attributes and methods. This is your homework. Okay. Just identify it. Now, next, relationship between book and member record. See here. Association. Here, what is the name of association? Request. Member, faculty will request a book. Student will request a book. See, draw the direction so that you will understand who is requesting. Member, student is requesting a book. Faculty is requesting a book. Now see here, student and faculty. Student is a member, right? Student is a member. So what is a relationship? Is a relationship. Next, faculty is a member. Okay, what is a relationship? Is a relationship. That means inheritance or generalization. What is the symbol you need to use? Line and then triangle. See here. Okay, this is important. Triangle is pointing to this member record, right? So member record is superclass or parent class. What are the subclasses here? Student class is a subclass. Faculty is a subclass. Are you listening? Students, is it okay? Are you listening? Students,
Yes, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
is it okay? Are you listening? Are you able to understand? Please respond. Are you able to understand? Only Swati is responding. Remaining members, is it okay? Are you able to understand? Is there any doubts? Okay, I'll continue. Please respond, students. One second. Now see here. Now identify the attributes of member class. See here, attributes. Member ID. Faculty will have member ID, right? Student will have some member ID, right? Library account number, something like that. Next, type. Next, date of membership. Number of books issued. All these things, name, address, phone number. All these things are attributes which describe student, which describes faculty. These are the attributes. Next, what student can do? Just identify all those things, just like this. Request. No need to by heart all these things. Just write down on your own. Request book. Request book. Next, return book. Return book. Next, pay. Pay bill or pay amount. Something like that. Pay. Increase book issued or decrease book issued. All these things. Just identify. You know that, right? All these operations, you know this. Next. Next one. Bill. Now let us see the relationship between the member record and bill. There is an association. Who is paying? Who is paying bill? Members only, right? So just write down the direction. Indicate the direction so that you will understand who is paying. Members are paying the bill. Name of this association is pays. Next, see here relationship between librarian and bill. Who will create the bill? Who will create the bill? Librarian. So association. See, name is association. Link is association. Name is creates. Who is creating the bill? Just please indicate the direction so that you will understand who is creating the bill, like this. Okay. Once indicate the direction and then write the name. So librarian creates the bill. If there is a due date, librarian will create the bill. That is the relationship between the library and bill. Next, relationship between the transaction and bill. Again, association only refers. Bill refers transaction. Or transaction refers bill. Okay. I hope you understood. This is the class diagram for library management system. Is it okay, students? Are there any doubts in this class diagram? Are you able to understand? This is very simple. First, you need to understand what the system does. In this system, who will participate? And what are the operations those users will do, and what are the operations you will get from the system? Or what functionalities, sorry. What the functionalities the system will provide to you. That you need to understand. Any doubts, students, in library management system? Have you understood? Is it okay or it is not okay? Please respond. Have you understood, students?
Understood, ma'am.
Swati, Kavya. Always only these two members will respond. Okay, students. Okay. I hope you understood this one. Just wait a minute. Now, let us see how to draw a class diagram for railway reservation system. First, you need to understand what the system does, who are participating, and what is the functionality the system is providing. Then only you can identify all these classes. Let us see the classes of railway reservation system. See, already I have given assignment to you. I don't know whether you are doing or not. You have to upload later. I will intimate the time, okay? For 5 applications, any 5 application take on your own and draw the class diagram. First, identify the classes and then draw the class diagram in your notes. Let us see passenger. There will be a passenger, right? Next, ticket, clerk, railway system, train, payment. Once again, see the classes: passenger, ticket, clerk, railway system, train, payment. Now let us see the attributes. What passengers will have? Attributes. How can you identify the passenger? Name, address, age, gender, all these things, phone number, all these things. Okay, identify all these attributes. These attributes must describe the entity, passenger. Next, identify what are the operations this passenger can do. Search for a train. If you want to book a train, book a ticket for the train, first you need to search for a train, right? Next, book the ticket, cancel the ticket, pay the charges. If you want to modify the form, he can modify the form. Okay, just understand what this passenger will do and then identify the operations with simple names. Okay, don't by heart all these things. No need to remember all these things. What you know, just put it on your paper. Just draw the diagram, what you know. That's all. No need to by heart all these things. Search for a train. He should search for a train, whether the train is there or not. Book the ticket, cancel the ticket, pay the charges, modify the form. These are the methods. Next, ticket, number, status, number of persons, all these things. New ticket, delete the ticket. Next, clerk. Clerk will have an ID, right? Which describes the clerk, name, phone number, all these things. He will create the form, cancel the form, identify the operations they will do. Railway system, ID, response. Train, every train will have train number and the name, right? And no operations for this. Payment, pay the amount. You can identify some operations in detail. Just you have to identify in detail. All these are the classes. In next class, I will discuss the class diagram. That means relationship between these classes. Sorry, relationship between these classes and multiplicity. In the next class, I will discuss it. Okay, thank you, students. Any doubts? Please respond right now. Any doubts, students? Is it okay? Is it clear? Are you able to understand class? No, Swati?